because in the very beginning, according to so many of the cultures in Africa, there was the great creator. And the great creator endowed certain forms of life, including trees, including the fruits we eat. Certainly man, woman, with certain powers. In the Yoruba tradition in Nigeria, the supreme god Oduduwa at once mingled amongst people here on earth and tried to have parity with understanding this creature that the great creator had presented. And the creature got out of line by assuming that, meaning man, woman, that he and she had the same powers as Oduduwa. And Oduduwa, being the most powerful of all, decided, I've got to do something about this. I don't want to extinguish these creatures who are made in my own image. So what can I do? Came down and dwelled amongst them. And the women of the village started making in their water containers bread and what have you, and pounding, and they would pound so high and so hard, they would bump Oduduwa in the stomach with some of their instruments, disregarding Oduduwa's presence. And Oduduwa decided, well, I gotta make an exit from this place, because they're not gonna respect me if I stay down here and mingle with them. So Oduduwa went to the clouds, went away, vowing to never return in the presence of people who could abuse him and abuse her. Now, in the African tradition, you know, it wasn't just male, it was male and female. We still have a problem with that, you know. In my church, very often, the minister says, God, our Father, and our Mother, you can see people. Like, we haven't gotten over that whole, you know, like, I've never seen any men bear children. You know, like, get over it. And so Oduduwa said, I got to separate myself. The women were very powerful, because you know the lineage of power in so many of the African nations with the women. You don't inherit the man's name, you inherit the woman's name. So Oduduwa separated himself, flew off to the sky, vowing to never come back so close that there was abuse by humankind. And so the Yoruba said that's why we can't just reach out there and touch God any way we want to. God is in everything around us. Now, why am I saying that? Is because as artists, we feel that we have been endowed with special spirit, special calling. And that calling is to deliver the new vision. What is the new vision? The new vision is that which cannot be seen with the naked eye. And the new vision is that which only those who are endowed with special insight can give us. And that's what we think we as artists do, regardless of our media. The dancer gives us emotion that we haven't seen before, that we couldn't experience without that dancer looking at, for example, the steps of the gazelle and jumping and leaping and doing things. And the musician gives us those tonal qualities that we would never hear without the inventive voice of somebody who is hearing something that the average person doesn't hear. The artist gives us that vision of color and form that we would never have without that extra sensory perception of what color is, of what life is. And so I'm simply saying that today we celebrate the joy of the creative spirit by trying to give you our interpretations, not imitation, but our interpretations of what the world means to us. And I very often say, you know, I don't want to make any ugly art because there's enough ugliness in the world already without my trying to make amends and add to that. So I want my art to have some sense of order, to be beautiful. That classical definition of beauty, beauty is the splendor of form shining on the suitably proportioned parts of matter. I want my art to be like that, and I hope that's what it is to you.